Hey guys, you're about to see a clip from Nothing Remotely Controversial, which is a fun, lighthearted show that I do with my friend and my coach, Joshua McGuire, aka Joshua the Psychic, every Tuesday night at 9:30. And so I wanted to just do a little preface to this because my audio is real janky in this clip. I'm sorry. This was in our live show this past Tuesday, and we had technical difficulties literally like 2 seconds before we went on the air. I had to switch a bunch of stuff, and the audio was just not set up through the correct microphone. I'm sorry, but I still wanted to post this clip because I still wanted to give you guys a little hotel update. So please bear with me, and I promise I will not make that same mistake again.
Hello. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Joshua, I have been doing the last couple days.
What you've been doing the past couple days?
I've been talking to lawyers. Lots of lawyers everywhere. And lawyers are not, I'm sorry if there are any lawyers watching. They're like not exactly like my favorite people in the world. And I'm just like, but it's like this nonsense with the hotel, the never-ending drama with this hotel that is going to follow me around for the rest of my life. So for those of you who don't know what happened with the hotel, listen, I'm not going to go into the whole drawn-out story. There are a couple of videos on this channel explaining it. I cry. It's fantastic. But essentially, I was wrongfully evicted from a hotel like a week and a half ago, and then they proceeded to release not one, but two statements on the internet defaming me, which is actually two more than I feel comfortable with. And now I'm in a position where I need to figure out if I want to do something about that. And Joshua, let me ask you from your perspective on this, because you talked to me. We had a meeting the morning after I got evicted from the hotel. And what would you say my state of mind was at that point? I'm just curious.
Let me reflect. I think that you were in a good position, all things considered. You were, I think you had in a protected little nook in your brain, but obviously you were a little rattled still. I think that it's traumatic when you go to a hotel, that becomes your home for a matter of days. And you have the belief system, I think, at least when I go to a hotel, that's like your safe space. And I think, for your safe space being violated, you handled it very well. But of course you were rattled. It's traumatizing. It
was definitely traumatizing. And I think that the most traumatizing thing for me, and honestly, I have to say, the people that have watched the videos and have provided me feedback on it gave me a lot more clarity than I thought I would, because I really think I was in shock when I was talking to you. I think I really was just not seeing the situation clearly at all. Because I remember when I did the first video, I was like, I don't want anyone to be fired over this. And now I absolutely want people to be fired over it, because they actually put me in physical danger when they evicted me from the hotel for no good reason. But I think
lied over and over again. They lied.
And lied over and over again. And that second statement, guys, just like the second statement's lies. And the thing of it is the reason that I have been in situations in my life that have made me feel incredibly powerless. And I think that this is what bothers me so much about this situation, is that it felt like my power was completely taken away over something that I did not do, that there was no evidence that I did, that there is still no evidence that I did. And it's just, it's a horrible, helpless feeling. And I don't think that hotels should not be allowed to put people in that position, and then further shouldn't be allowed to go on the internet and lie about them and defame them. It's absolutely absurd. And I think at this point, so I'm speaking, just to give you guys a brief update, I'm kind of speaking to lawyers about what to do about it. There are a lot of lawyers. There are so many lawyers. And it's very important to me that if I move forward with some sort of action, that I have the right lawyer to have my back, because that's the other thing that's been the hardest part of this whole thing, is just feeling very alone and feeling that there are people that are questioning whether or not I ran up and down the halls of a hotel banging on doors and windows and harassing people in the middle of the night, or now the hotel employees are posting that I was screaming racial slurs and they tried to make me responsible for a bomb threat and all these things. And it's like it feels so alone to have these people putting out this absolute nonsense about you and to feel like you have no one in your corner to fight for you. You know what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah. And you're the last person. Number one, you don't use that vernacular. I would know because we've been drunk together. We've been high together. We've spent time together. And I would, your true personality comes out when you spend an extended amount of time with somebody. And no, that's just not the way you think. Do you know what I mean? Let alone would you go out of your way to bang on hotel door? I mean, it's just so preposterous. It's complete baloney. Malarkey, if you will. And so I thought maybe the first reading that we could do tonight is, I guess what I'm curious about is what was the motivation of the hotel for doing this to me? Because this is what I can't figure out. I still think it was because I was wearing a MAGA mask. That was my first instinct about the situation. Your first instinct is almost always the correct one. I cannot come up with a better reason for it. So I thought we could ask about what the hell was going on with the hotel that made them do this to me. Let's see. So can we say, why did the hotel do this?
Yes.
And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, I just got the queasiest feeling in my stomach.
Well, the judgment card comes up, so they judged you straight away, right?
I said the MAGA mask.
It was just like an intuitive grasp, and I think that they were moving away from just caring about things, just sort of like. I think that you got the brunt of just a lot of shit that they've been dealing with. And it was almost like you were there. And it's almost like when you're having a bad day and then somebody's there and they just, for whatever reason, they trigger you or whatever. It's like your own issue, of course. But with the Eight of Cups, they sort of moved beyond just giving a damn about customer service, about anything. And I think that they were trying to unleash their pressure or their animosity or their frustration onto you. And I think with the Magician card, I really think that they were, I think that it was very much like, let's see how we can turn this around and really screw with her. Do you know what I mean? Like it was a very manipulative thing. I think that there was some kind of confrontation in which you stood up for yourself about a bracelet or something. And I think that was the moment when you wound up saying the social media, I'll unleash hell on you or something.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say I would unleash hell. I just said it would not work out well for them.
Right. Something like you have something about social media. Right. Yeah. And I think that with the Magician card, they were sort of like, well, if she's going to be doing something anyway, we're going to do something before she does. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. And that didn't necessarily work out well, did it?
No. I think they expected you to leave a bad review or talk badly about them. And with the Magician card, I think that they were thinking that what they were trying to do was offset what you threatened to do. Do you know what I mean? Like they saw you doing something they did pissed you off. You said, well, this isn't going to look very good for you. And with the Magician card, they said, well, let's turn these mother effing tables. You know what I mean? I think that it was a power play. I think that there was some ego that was involved in that and said, this bitch ain't going to do that. And you did. So.
And I did. And, the battle goes on and we'll see where it goes from here.
There's one person that instigated this with the Magician.
I know exactly who it is. It was the bitch that was involved in both the confrontations. She was crazy. This woman was crazy. Should not be working in the hospitality industry at all. But I know exactly who it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I doubt she will be after this. Because I mean,
yeah, I would think not. Yeah.
everybody has a boss and like stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like in corporations like that. So she's screwed.
We'll see what happens, guys. But that's the update I have for now. Sadly, lawyers move slower than I would like them to. I can't make them hop to, but I have been very fortunate in this whole thing. And I have to send shout outs to two people since I'm talking about it. Well, first off to Glenn Beck and his staff, because they have been incredibly helpful. I was on Glenn Beck's show yesterday talking about it, but that was just one of the ways that they helped me. They've been incredibly helpful behind the scenes in terms of getting me connected with people, and that's been really great. And also to Dr. Howard Asher, who you guys know from the chats that we do on this channel about Trump derangement syndrome. He has also been incredibly helpful. Howard's helping me to deal with the trauma of the whole situation because it was very traumatic for me. He's also helped me connect with other lawyers that are possibilities. So everything's moving forward. Everything's all good. And you guys will know more when I know. Joshua, Victor chimed in the chat and he said, you've also had chocolate bar together, which is probably the most important thing.
We did. I don't know. Are we ever going to have chocolate bar again?
I don't know. So guys, there's a hotel in Boston. They closed for renovations last year. I hope they open again because it's a beautiful hotel. It's the Langdon Hotel. And they used to do this thing every Saturday where it would be like a gourmet buffet of all these chocolate desserts. And it was just like all you can eat and amazing. And we did that together too.
The chocolate was so good. Okay, you pay like so little, I think.
It's like $40 a person. You can eat as much chocolate as you want.
And it's like it's like this buffet, but it's only chocolate. And we're talking mousses and like things that I can't pronounce, and even like really just it was amazing. So many amazing chocolate thingies. It was really good. Really good.
Awesome. Okay, I think someone said in the chat that I needed to change my mic. Sorry, guys. My audio, I switched my browser right before I started this, and my audio was connected through my AirPods and not the mic. So hopefully I sound better now. My bad. I didn't check the settings because last minute technical difficulties. But Joshua, let's jump right into the show now, shall we? That we've got some people here. Guys, welcome to Nothing Remotely Controversial. This is a show Joshua and I do every Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Pacific Time, where I rant about whatever news and current events I want to. And Joshua, who is a professional psychic, uses his psychic and astrology and tarot card prowess to peer beneath the surface and give us more insight into what is going on. And this is meant to be a show where we have fun, we banter. It's supposed to be lighthearted. Like, don't be accusing us of any Satanism or any such things because we're using psychic tree.